Now, the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Sprite.
And we welcome you to 2K Sports. Good to have you along, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, and this is the legendary Shaquille O'Neal. And tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, well, whatever their master plan was coming into the regular season, it has worked like a charm. They've been playing really solid basketball here in the early going. Hey, when you talk about the Sixers, they don't really have anybody who's going to fill it up from outside. How does this team create space without that long-range threat?
Well, first you got to pound it down low. You got to establish a post presence very, very early in the game. That doesn't work. Now you got to get out and run. We all know they're not a great distance shooting team. They need to get all their points in transition.
Just about time for tip-off. Kevin Harlan's going to have the call, and we will see you later.
And now, your starters. At power forward, 6 feet 10 inches, number 5, Arnett Moultrie. A 6'6" guard from Michigan State, number 23, Jason Richardson. Starting at shooting guard, at 6 foot 6 inches, number 8, Tony Roten. Starting at center, at 7 foot 0 inches, number 11, Joel Embiid. A 6'6" guard from Syracuse, number 1, Michael Carter Williams. The head coach of your home team is Brett Brown.
Welcome to Philadelphia, everyone, as the 76ers get ready to defend home court in the Eastern Conference. This game marks the end of a road trip for Chicago. They're looking to snag one here before heading back home. They have started the season with gusto. 4 consecutive wins, no losses, as they battle here in Game 5 of the regular season.
You know, looking at Chicago, they played terrific basketball this year. They haven't missed a beat after the success they had last season. Well, it's hard to find a team that matches up with them comfortably.
Well, you're right, Clark. I mean, they would probably have the upper hand against almost any team in this league. I mean, they're a very difficult matchup. They've got plenty of talent, and they're so well coached. And what I like is they play hard every single night.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's McDermott in at the small forward. Now the Bulls with it. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against a defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
Everyone knows about how strong Chicago is with their defense, but they do it in a way where they don't get into a lot of foul trouble, and that's key.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Butler passes to Gasol. Kicks it to Rose. Noah with a screen on Carter Williams. Rose with the ball. Now defended by Carter Williams. Gasol no good.
I tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Carter Williams with it. He had 19 points in the win against Orlando.
And don't forget, guys, his playmaking was sensational. I mean, he saw the floor, making the game so easy for his teammates.
Richardson, no luck.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
Rose kicks it to Noah. Rose goes in and stolen by Roten. And now Philadelphia on the break. Roten with the ball, and Carter Williams slams it in.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Yeah, that's right. So you push it. That's the best opportunity for points on the break. This lead, I think, is headed north.
Here's Rose. 76ers getting the bucket. Out to the right wing. There's the feed to Gasol. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And the offense, 3 of 4, a solid start for this game.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Embiid sets the pick for Carter Williams. This is to Roten. Now here's Carter Williams. Moultrie setting the pick for Roten. Clock at 6. Back to Carter Williams. There's the 3. Here's Moultrie. Now the pass to Roten. From deep, and the shot is good. Roten's got 6 points. Here is Rose. Playing Milwaukee, he was nearly unstoppable. Outside Butler. Here's Gasol. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Pau Gasol over the last few seasons dealing with a number of lower body injuries. Knee tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, groin, toe. I tell you, Kobe had suggested him to try to really slim down to lessen the pressure on his joints.
And Pau never really the burly type, but for 7-footers, getting as wide as possible can really reduce the pounding on those joints.
Yeah, it does. They say every 5 pounds takes some significant wear and tear off your joints. And we've certainly seen that be effective for Tim Duncan. He's leaned up considerably, and Pau able to play both power forward and center. I think the lighter weight will serve him well.
Both free throws good from Gasol. Well, something of a bounce-back season for Pau Gasol in 2013-14, Steve, with better health and a return to playing in the middle more often.
Yeah, he dealt with a few nagging injuries, Kevin, but scored better, rebounded better. Nice to see him, show that he's really still an elite big after struggling a couple seasons ago.
Now here's Rose. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Connects from three-point range.
And they're nearly perfect from the floor early on. 4 of their first 5 shots they've drained.
The 76ers have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off.
And for Pau, with an expiring contract, trade rumors swirled all season long. That's nothing new for him. He's been hearing them for years.
Now here's Carter Williams. Here's Roten. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams. 9 points for Roten.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Here's Rose. McDermott with the screen for Rose. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Carter Williams dishes to Embiid. Richardson, no luck.
And Pau last season making $20 million a year. Hard for the Lakers to trade him when they wanted cap space. In the end, they found a new home and a new start in free agency.
And that one's good.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, I think that could really set things up well the rest of the game. Pound the ball inside and let your perimeter players play off your bigs.
Here's Carter Williams after Pau Gasol's bucket. Embiid, the pass to Roten. He dishes it to Carter Williams. Feeds it to Richardson. 5 to shoot. Carter Williams with it, and Rose picks him up defensively.
The defender's height advantage really forced a tough shot, a difficult shot. Tried to fade it over the top, but no dice.
Pass to Carter Williams. The dish to Embiid. Now here's Richardson. He started close. and he gets it to go.
And these two teams continuing to trade blows like heavyweights in the middle of the ring.
So many times tonight, the energy in this building has gone from one way to the other.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers team.
And as you'd expect, they pretty much handled this team a year ago.
Nerlens Noel checks in for the 76ers. And the Bulls making a change also. Gibson's checked in. Chicago trailing here. Gibson with the screen on Carter Williams. Rose goes in. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Rose has got 5 points so far. Clark, opposite ends of the conference here. The expectations are pretty much the same as last season.
Well, Kevin, you never know what's going to happen. You don't know where the upsets will take place, but they do occur pretty much all the time.
Now, here's Roten. He had 19 points in the win against Orlando.
You know what was great, too, Kevin, was the way he balanced getting his own shots and making plays for others.
Good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Bulls trail by 3. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I caught up with head coach Brett Brown. He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, "You know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint." Makes sense, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. And Chicago has possession. 76ers getting the bucket.
Well, what was supposed to be the triumphant return for Derrick Rose a year ago quickly turned into another nightmare season. Finally returning from that torn ACL in the 2012 playoffs, he managed only 10 games before tearing the meniscus in his other knee. Just devastating. We obviously hope that Rose can come back and put in a full season.
The free throw drops for Rose, and Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Mbahamute's checked in for Embiid. Thompson comes in for Jason Richardson. Elliott Williams checks in for Roten. And it's Alexei Shved in for Carter Williams. Then for the Bulls, Mirotic is checked in for Noah. Dunleavy comes in for McDermott, and it's Heinrich in for Jimmy Butler. And both free throws good for Rose.
Well, you can count on him, can't you? He seems to knock down free throws consistently all game long.
Here's Shved. Pass to Williams. He kicks it to Shved. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Another three for Philadelphia.
Boy, you take a look at Rose, who was extremely patient and trying to get back to being on the court, and then he fell victim to another devastating knee injury. A terrific blow for him personally, and certainly for the team and the city. But fortunately, the surgery did manage to keep all of his meniscus, which provides a better prognosis as we move forward.
Noel and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Boy, this game is off to a terrific start.
No doubt, on both sides, high-octane offense.
Heinrich outside. He feeds it to Mirotic. Back to Heinrich. And Mirotic kicks to Heinrich. Fast break, Philadelphia. Here's Shved. Finish off the break. And now it's an 8-point 76ers lead. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the 76ers.
They've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Here's Gibson after the Sixers pick up 2. Clock at 4. From 17 feet out, it's Chicago with another bucket. And Steve, now for Derrick Rose. How will his game adapt to having surgery now on both knees?
Well, he might not be quite as explosive, and maybe that's a good thing if his breakneck style was too much for his joints. But, you know, the mental side of it, that's what I look at. I mean, after missing basically 2 whole seasons, how is he going to bounce back?
Here's Shved following the score by Derrick Rose. That's good from Williams on the assist by Shved. And the 76ers lead by 8.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
Heinrich kicks to Rose. Pass to Gibson. The shot will not go. And Philadelphia the other way now. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against a defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. The first one falls.
Well, you know, Taj Gibson was the 26th pick back in 2009 coming out of USC, and boy, what a get for the Bulls. He's a defensive-minded big man who can defend the 4 and 5 positions, and he's also got a very reliable mid-range jumper.
And both free throws good from Gibson.
And for Taj Gibson at 6'10", a 7'4" wingspan, that length helps make him disruptive, an excellent defender and shot blocker.
Now here's Williams. An 11-point game for him in the win against Orlando. Shved, no good. Bulls trail by 6. Left side Rose. Mirotic sets the screen for Rose. Now here is Mirotic. He's covered by Noel. Dunleavy. Heinrich outside. Dunleavy for 3. Buried it just in the nick of time.
He sure did. Right on cue. Man, was that major drama. He loves those situations, though.
Boy, that was big time. Knew exactly how much time he had left, squared up, and let it fly.
A nice first quarter of play.
Tune in Tuesday, November 11th. Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Make sure to catch it.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
And the key is you look at the steal totals for this team. They have really put good pressure on the offense.
Well, you know what? Pressure can lead to pilfers, and pilfers can lead to points. So we've got the 3 Ps: pressure, pilfers, points. Get it done.
Here's Roten. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the 76ers, Roten and Thompson make up the perimeter. Noel is out there with Luke and Bahamute. And it's Shved in at the 1. Now Heinrich. Tony Roten missing on the 3. Count it, and the 76ers lead has been cut to just 1 point on the basket from Kirk Heinrich.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
And here is Shved. Noel sets a screen for Roten. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
You got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
Well, you know, it's always a challenge for a coach in a position like Brett Brown, leading a team through a season with 63 losses. How do you hold the Sixers players accountable and demand execution? Despite that lack of success, I think it goes back to his player development experience, understanding that the process is what you have to embrace as you're working towards more consistent success.
Here's Shved after Pau Gasol's bucket. And Shved kicks to Thompson. Now here's Roten. He's covered closely for three. Shved. Here's Noel. Here is Mbamute. Throws up again. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Dunleavy dishes to Heinrich. Kicks it to Gasol. Left block shot on the way. A second chance effort, and Heinrich gets it to go. Heinrich's got 4 this quarter. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
What do you think, Steve?
Well, both teams still kind of feeling each other out here, and neither team has been able to find an edge in this game.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, Pau Gasol made a big move this summer to join the Chicago Bulls. He was courted by a number of teams, but went with his instinct. He sees the Bulls as a team that can compete for a title, saying without a doubt it is one of the championship favorites in the East alongside Cleveland. We'll see how far they go, guys.
We will indeed. Thank you, Doris. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Embiid, he's checked in for Noel. Arnett Moultrie comes in for Mbamute. Jason Richardson, he's checked in for Thompson. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Alexei Shved. Now here's Butler. 9 points last game. Noah, the pass to Butler. 6 to shoot. Heinrich outside. That's good on the jump shot. Heinrich's got 6 points.
Starting to get a little momentum here after that scoreless first quarter.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Here's Moultrie, and the shot is good.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Chicago.
This is a physical brand of basketball we're seeing so far, and they're getting to the foul line.
They also haven't been afraid to take it strong to the hoop early on tonight. I like that.
And that one falls for Moultrie.
The Sixers are certainly looking to build something special on the court. And to that end, they're planning to build a new 55,000 square foot practice facility close by at the Navy Yard.
McDermott with the screen for Heinrich. Butler on the way. And Tony Roten gets the whistle there. Philadelphia on D. Heinrich kicks to Butler. 6 on the shot clock. Gasol with it. Moultrie covering. The shot's good from Gasol. And right now, the Sixers practice about 11 miles away at a local college. That new practice facility, Steve, expected to open next summer, less than 2 miles away.
Well, both from a competition standpoint and kind of player relations, I mean, it makes sense. Players want the best, and you get a top-of-the-line facility, makes it much easier to recruit in free agency.
Here's Carter-Williams after Pau Gasol's bucket. Richardson, no luck.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post, Clark.
I do. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding, so important in a tight game.
The feed to Roten. Dishes it to Carter-Williams. Now Richardson. He has 7. Roten with it. Steps back and fires. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
So a moment now to see the story on Kirk Heinrich. How he performed last season. He was around 9 points a game. 4 assists and 2 rebounds. Backup point guard, always a very important position, and he fills that role nicely for them.
He does a really good job of it. You know, it's a lot harder than he makes it look when you're not starting to get into the flow of the game, but that's part of what makes him special.
And they call an illegal screen here.
Well, good idea setting that screen, but the execution wasn't there.
No, it sure wasn't. I mean, you want it to be hard, but it also has to be legal.
76ers trailing. Now here's Carter-Williams. Moultrie setting the pick for Roten. Here's Richardson. Chicago grabs the miss. Gasol's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Heinrich. 6 points for him. Outside Butler. Dives for it. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Right now, let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see the teams that really knew how to clog the passing lanes last season. The 76ers, number 1.
Yeah, and because of that, Kevin, they were one of the best defenses last year as a team. I mean, they led the league in steals, and that's not an easy thing to do. I mean, that's hard work and concentration.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. Richardson kicks to Roten. The pass to Carter Williams. 6 to shoot. This one for 3. That's good. Carter Williams has got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
And we still aren't halfway through this contest yet.
Yeah, that number could easily go up to double digits before this game is over.
Now here's Gasol. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Milwaukee.
And his work on the glass, certainly noteworthy. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
You know, often you can learn more about a team when they are unhealthy versus when they're at full strength. And last year, I thought the Bulls showed they are not and have never been a one-man show. It's all about everybody contributing for them.
Chicago making a switch here. Mirotic is checked in. Philadelphia's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Carter Williams kicks to Richardson. And he gets it to go. Richardson's got 9 points.
As you said with the Bulls, there was a tendency to think that they were just Derrick Rose and 4 others, but top to bottom, this team has guys that can play.
Now here's Heinrich. He has 6. It's Chicago with another bucket. And now looks like we've got an injury here, guys. We'll likely see him come out of the game.
No, this is the last thing you ever want to see at a game.
You know, at this point, we can just knock on wood, say a prayer, and wish him the best.
Rose, he's checked in for the Bulls. Embiid kicks to Williams. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic. With Rose out last year, Clark, as you said, the guys who are mostly role players showed what they can do.
Well, they're really unselfish at both ends of the floor, and that shows. I mean, they give great effort, they trust each other, they play together, and they always play hard, and they finish games strong, which I think is a credit to them and the coaching staff.
No good on that one.
You know, the Sixers have really undergone a complete reversal in recent years from a team with a very old-school, traditional front office to a team that's now focused on the science and analytics of winning basketball. And quite honestly, guys, we're seeing more and more teams embrace the analytics side of things.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. And for the Sixers, their new stat-driven decision-making permeates the organization from ownership, Steve, to the front office, all the way down to the coaching staff.
Well, it's where the league seems to be going, Kevin. You know, teams are trying to think further ahead and see opportunities for strategic advantages. But look, it's still a balance. You've got to have chemistry and coaching, and those numbers will come in play. But they can't be the be-all, end-all.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, the Bulls, known for their hard-nosed style of play, something Coach Tom Thibodeau calls, quote, Chicago tough. Center Joakim Noah said, I don't think our style would work everywhere. It represents our city. Our whole thing is playing with more of an edge than the other team. He added, we aren't scared of anybody. Guys?
They don't back down. Thanks, Doris.
Derrick Rose has always had an effective floater. It's a must-have shot for any point guard. He said he developed it on the playgrounds of Southside Chicago. You didn't call fouls, so you just had to find a way to get your shot off before the contact.
And Rose working to develop his floater with, Steve, his left hand as well.
Well, you don't see many players who can make a floater with either hand. I mean, something like that with his quickness, that would be impossible to defend.
Good on both.
Excellent game we've seen from Derrick Rose. He's got 11 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. You know, they don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
Now here's Embiid. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Carter Williams. Count it from 12.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
The Bulls leading by 3. Outside Rose. He dishes it to Butler. Now here's McDermott. Richardson covering. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And that's now 7 points for Butler. Philadelphia has gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Carter Williams dishes to Moultrie. Here's Williams, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Williams has got his second bucket of the night. Chicago's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. Outside Rose. Butler passes to Mirotic. The kick out to Rose. And a miss there on the triple. The 76ers trail by 4. Here's Richardson, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Richardson's got 11 points.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
Chicago calls timeout. And you look at the Bulls, a bit of a different look for them, trading away Dang. They amnesty Carlos Boozer. It seems they're shuffling the deck.
No question about it. They bring in the Spanish League MVP in Nikola Mirotic. They've had some good draft choices as well, so a lot of new bodies for the Bulls.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Noel's checked in for Embiid, and Bahamute comes in for Moultrie. Thompson, he's checked in for Richardson. And it's Alexei Shved in for Michael Carter-Williams.
And after that last game, Clark, I'm not surprised to see him so hot. He's got it rolling right now.
Okay, time now for an injury report. Let's get an update on Kirk Heinrich's injury. Let's go over to Doris Berg.
Hello, Kevin. I spoke with the head athletic trainer for Chicago. A very somber tone over here on the sideline, guys. It does not look to be good news at all. A discouraging development for this team so early in the season. We'll see what kind of impact it has on them in the long term, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. And Steve and Clark, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
No, Kevin, it's, guys, it's really too bad. Just a terribly unfortunate turn of events here.
Well, yeah, you hate to see that happen. And in the meantime, his team has to compensate for the loss. Let's see how they step up. And as the game has gone along, they've gotten much more aggressive on the offensive boards.
Crashing the boards is really an effort thing. It's an attitude and effort thing. And if teams get tired, they usually take a break on crashing the boards. But they've done just the opposite here.
Philadelphia with the ball. The Bulls getting the bucket. Just 5 on the clock. Williams kicks to Thompson. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Thompson's got 5 now. 16 seconds left in the first half of the game. Butler against Williams. Dunleavy dishes to Butler. And here's Rose outside. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
How about that one? A perfect finish to the half for them to tack 3 points onto their lead.
And we're through 2 here and a good one. It's the Bulls. They're up by 5. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
He went off in the first two quarters, guys, as he's capable of doing. We might see some changes here in the defensive approach they use on him in the second half.
Yeah, they've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him like he has been.
See these ice cubes, see these ice creams, eligible action, $1 million bowl. Fan, exterior like facials, the interior like this way. I can exercise you, this could be the physio. Cheat on your man, that's how you get a his head. With the beat in the street, with the steel to make you feel like you're chilling in the heat. So don't try to run up on my head, talking all that mask, trying to ask. When my figure thinks they ain't gonna pass, you should think about it. Take a second. Matter of fact, you should take a full beat and think before the little skateboard beat. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. The extra bitch. Park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. Never get an attitude. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. I got the rollie on my own. I love the best.
The 76ers trail by 5. Taking a look at the Bulls. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the back. McDermott and Gasol, the duo at the forward. And it's Noah in at the 5, down low. Now, here's Richardson. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Here's Embiid. Great defense that time from Noah.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
Here's Butler. It's deflected. Feeds it to Gasol. Just 5 on the clock. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. For 3. The putback and finished off by Noah. And the Bulls lead by 7.
Now that's no run-of-the-mill putback there.
Well, the rebound and then the dunk, one on top of the other.
The 1-2 punch, you gotta love it.
Now here's Carter Williams. 9 points in the game so far. Roden kicks to Carter Williams. From 12 feet out. Here's Moultrie, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
That rebound and the follow kind of typify what he's all about. Just gritty, determined play.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Arnett Moultrie. 1 shot.
I think looking at the Sixers, anytime that you go through a 21-game losing streak during any point of the season, you know you're going to be near the bottom of the conference standing.
Now here's Rose. He's got 16. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third, and the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Roten.
What is surprising about the 76ers last year, they had the long losing streak, but somehow managed not to finish at the bottom of the East.
Here's Gasol. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got assist number 5 here tonight.
Easy little jump shot for him right there, guys.
And here is Carter Williams. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Roten. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. Well, thinking of Philly in the East again, Clark, the fact that they didn't finish dead last after that losing streak says more about the conference than the 76ers.
Well, I guess I could agree with that. I mean, if you go 14-38 against the rest of the East like the 76ers did, you expect to be at the bottom, but amazingly they avoided that last year. Actually, I will agree. It was more of a testament to the East and its lack of quality play.
And the 76ers call time here.
Tony Roten, an athletic slashing guard. He got the chance to play extensively last season with the Sixers, but the lack of refinement on his jumper made him more of a volume scorer.
And he's good on the second. And Roten given the chance last season, Clark, to play through his mistakes and gain some confidence.
And I thought his decision-making, while a question mark, Kevin, early, has started to get a little bit better. He's an athletic guard who really does a nice job attacking the rim.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Carter Williams kicks to Embiid, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
Here's Gasol. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. That's good.
What an excellent performance from the field for him.
The 76ers trail by 5. Now, Carter Williams, 9 points in the game so far. Richardson the pass to Roten. And Tony Roten gets the whistle there. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And here we get a chance to check out the story on Joakim Noah. Great year for him last year. He was around 12 points a game last year, 11 rebounds and 5 assists. In today's NBA, you have to have a good backup big to rotate in, and that's exactly what he's given this club.
You know, to be able to match up with other bigs when going to the bench, I think it's a must-have option for strong NBA teams if you're going to compete and contend for possible championships.
76ers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Carter Williams dishes to Roten. Down low, kicks it out to Richardson. Passes to Roten. No one near him. It's rebounded by Noah.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more of those, and this lead will be double digits.
Rose with the ball, and Roten picks him up defensively. Rose attacking, shot clock at 6. Can't hit from 12.
Well, as far as jump shots go, that's as high percentage as it gets.
I'm not sure how that didn't go down.
Shot from 12. Richardson, good. Richardson's got 13. The Bulls leading by 5. Noah with a screen on Carter Williams. Noah's shot is off. The 76ers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Moultrie setting the pick for Carter Williams. Right wing, jumper off the screen, and there's Roten, and that's good on the assist from Carter Williams. Carter Williams has got assist number 5 here tonight. Chicago has gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Noah with a screen for Butler. Back to Rose. Noah with it. The dish to Rose. Butler from outside. And that one's good. He's got 10.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
The 76ers trail by 6. Carter Williams kicks to Moultrie. Moultrie setting the pick for Roten. Inside, outside for Carter Williams. For 3, Richardson. Richardson missing again. The Bulls leading by 6. And it's Rose penetrating. Noah with a screen on Richardson. Rose passes to Noah. Outside Butler. Just 5 on the clock. Right side, Butler. That one wide left. 76ers have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Now here's Carter Williams. He's got 9. Such a wide open look. And that's now 19 points for Roten.
And it looks to me like he still has some of the shooting touch that he displayed in the first.
Chicago calls timeout. And as with any timeout at this point of the game, important to go over the strategies that are working and those that are needed in terms of adjustments. And, of course, the opportunity, guys, to get hydrated with Gatorade before coming back onto the floor. We've seen some good action so far, and there's more of it to come.
Yeah, this game has been physical, it's been fast, it's been high-paced. So anytime you're in a situation like this where it's really a hard-fought game, critical to keep yourself hydrated throughout.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Noel's checked in for Embiid. Mbamute comes in for Arnett Moultrie. Thompson, he's checked in for Jason Richardson. And it's Alexei Shved in for Carter Williams. Now here's Rose. He's got 16. Here's Dunleavy. Launches a 3. Here's Gibson, and the rejection by Noel. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
Well, let's take a look at where Philadelphia ended up rank-wise in the league last year. First in steals, 15th in rebounding, and they were in the top half of the league in assists as well. Not elite level, not quite good, but okay.
And the thing that I like that you talked about, Clark, was the steals, because to me that's their identity as a ball club. Number 1 in the league in thefts. They tried to take the ball away from the offense and really convert at the other end, and when they got that game going, they were really tough.
Well, Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. These youthful Sixers, Clark, really trying to play a full tilt, open court style.
Yeah, they want to play up-tempo under head coach Brett Brown, and he said he doesn't want a controlled pace. He wants reckless abandon under control.
Now here's Shved. On the wing, Thompson. He's covered by Rose. Now here's Roten. D right on him. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Rose kicks to Gibson. Gibson setting the pick for Butler. And the wide open shot from Rose. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Rose has got 19 points.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Shved dishes to Roten. Knocked away. Stolen by Rose. For the finish. Oh!
Are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
Thompson passes to Roten. Shot clock at 6. Here's Shved. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And now here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best teams from three-point land a year ago. Number 5, the Bulls.
It seemed like they went through stretches, guys, where they just didn't miss from beyond the arc, and that carried those numbers right up to the top of the list.
And that one misses.
Bulls were a team last year that just never gave up. That was their identity. You know, they didn't have a ton of talent, but they played with a toughness and a defensive mentality that always seemed to keep them moving forward.
Williams, he's checked in for Tony Roten. And Chicago also making a switch. Mirotic is checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And he's good on the second. Well, to follow up on the Bulls, that never-say-die attitude, Clark, kept them in a lot of road games. Ended up winning 21 last year.
And, Kevin, that put them just over 500 on the road as a team, and that's really all you can hope for when you lose your star player early in the season.
The 76ers trail by 7. Williams kicks to Mbamute. Here's Schved. No good. And it's Chicago the other way.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebound.
Well, you have to rebound to win, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
Now here's Rose. Butler in the corner. And Mirotic kicks to Gibson. Just 5 on the clock. Mirotic with it. Working on Thompson. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Butler with the steal. Here's Gasol. Finishes the break with a slam.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And if we see a few more of them, this game could be in danger of getting out of hand quickly.
Here's Williams. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
Gotta like the way he took it strong there, attacking the rack.
And the defense fouling him there to prevent the dunk.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. First one falls for him.
Boy, they came out of the locker room at halftime with a much more physical disposition than they had in the first half.
Sure helps that they've gotten extra trips to the foul line here in the second, and that has to continue if they're going to complete this comeback.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 15 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Outside Butler. Pass to Rose. The tray. Another 3 for Chicago.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Bulls lead by 12. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports.
Coming up next Tuesday, November 11th, Carlos Boozer and the Los Angeles Lakers take on Marc Gasol and the Memphis Grizzlies. Big-time hoops coming your way.
And here is Butler. Carter Williams and Jay Rich in the backcourt. Luke Mbahumute out there with Darnett Moultrie. And it's Noel in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Now here is Mirotic. Clock at 6. McDermott with the screen for Mirotic. And here's Rose outside. Jason Richardson pulls it in. The 76ers trail by 12. He kicks it to Carter Williams. Moultrie setting the pick for Carter Williams. Here is Mbahumute. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams. And Mbahumute's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the 76ers. Outside Rose. Out to the right wing. McDermott kicks to Rose. Right side Rose, and Philadelphia grabs the miss. Noel's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Carter Williams dishes to Richardson. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th quarter. Here's Moultrie. Chicago grabs the miss. They've held a 12-point lead early. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
No doubt the Boston fans want to see the Celtics take that one.
Now here's Butler. Gibson setting the pick for Rose. The baseline J. Nice jump shot. Good. Rose has got 12 points here in the second half.
And he came off that screen. The defense just couldn't get over the top. Beautiful play.
Yep, and without a hand in his face, he's going to bury those.
Carter Williams again throws. Noel. Here's Moultrie. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Embiid comes in for Nerlens Noel, and Roten subbed in for Mbaumute. Joakim Noah is checked in for Chicago. The Bulls leading by 8. Here's Rose. Second shot opportunity, and the block shot turns into a shooting foul. So the defensive effort there a bit too much, as the officials will send him to the line, and he'll shoot some free throws and gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Bulls.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
And we're also seeing that power down low. A lot of good offensive moves down on the block. Joakim Noah, one of the great effort players in the NBA. His energy and mobility enable him to make his impact felt all over the court.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
Boy, you talk about Noah's energy and hustle. His offensive rebounding is a huge plus for their offense, and his speed in transition creates problems for the opposing big men as well.
Elbow shot, and it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Roten.
Yeah, he's been the key cog in their offense with the way he shot the ball.
His percentage today beyond impressive. Certainly not his fault the score is what it is.
McDermott with the screen for Rose. Gibson with it. Moultrie covering. McDermott passes to Rose. 6 on the shot clock. Noah with a screen on Carter Williams. Embiid with the steal. Carter Williams kicks to Roten. The shot no good. Some solid defense from Butler. At the defensive end, Steve, Noah is a key player.
Yeah, last season's Defensive Player of the Year, Kevin. He gives you rebounds, blocks, steals, but what impresses me the most is his ability to guard on the perimeter against screen and roll when he switches out onto point guards. He's unmatched in that category.
The 76ers trail by 9. Now Carter Williams. He feeds it to Roten. Here's Embiid. Banked in off the glass.
Well, the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
The Bulls leading by 7. Outside Rose. Top of the key, Noah. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Well, it's funny, Clark. Some people thought that Joakim Noah was considered a bust when drafted by Chicago.
Very premature assessment of that young man. I tell you, you talk about having to eat crow for those who felt that way. A 2-time NCAA champion, Noah has now rightly become revered as the heartbeat of this scrappy Bulls team, an All-NBA, an All-Star, and also an All-NBA defensive player as well.
And the first one drops.
Well, Noah has that boisterous, playful personality. I think his quirks maybe threw people off early on, but he's a wonderful teammate. He's unselfish, and I think more than anything, you know, his unguarded personality has sort of helped him connect with his teammates.
Pau Gasol's checked in for Taj Gibson. Noah hits them both.
And for Noah, who is really gregarious and outgoing off the court, but you get in between those lines and his intense competitiveness becomes apparent. I mean, he's locked in all business. A fierce competitor, laser focused on winning. And he's not worried about making a few enemies in the process.
Richardson kicks to Carter Williams. Back to Richardson. Pass to Embiid. That's good.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
Now here's Rose. McDermott with the screen for Rose. Outside Butler. It's stolen by Moultrie. Here's Richardson. Can't hit from in close. The Bulls leading by 7. Rose dishes to McDermott. Butler kicks it to Noah. Outside Rose. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Butler goes in. Here's Gasol. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Gasol's got 10 points here in the second half.
You know, they've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
And the 76ers call time here.
Well, a tough shooting slump for Jimmy Butler last season. Some injuries took him out of rhythm. He was asked to play a bigger role offensively after Luol Deng was traded. Still, he's become one of the premier defensive players in the league.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Brett Brown as he addressed his team. He told the squad, now is the time when we turn it on and leave them in the rear view mirror. It won't be easy, but guys, I know we can put them away. Let's see if they can deliver, Kevin.
Now, here's Roden. Carter Williams can't get it to go. And Jimmy Butler, a fan favorite in Chicago, taken with the 30th pick back in 2011. And he really is a tenacious defender.
Yeah, he's a tough-minded, scrappy player. I mean, you hear about his tough upbringing. It's easy to see why he approaches the game with that fearlessness and determination that he plays with.
The 76ers trail by 9. Carter Williams with it. Kicks to Roten. Moultrie setting the pick for Roten. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Excellent game we've seen from Tony Roten. He has 23 points, and he's added to his numbers by hitting 4 shots from the three-point line.
Well, 12 points from long range, so the defense has to figure out a way to defend him a little differently, try to get into his airspace.
Tony Roten at the line for 2.
That free throw missing.
Well, it seems like they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and it's just been that kind of a day.
Good on the second free throw.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here, aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Now here's McDermott. Takes a 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Moultrie's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
Taking 2 shots.
That free throw good from Gasol. Second free throw, no good. The 76ers trail by 9. Here's Richardson. He feeds it to Carter Williams. Dishes it to Roten. And the pass to Moultrie. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Chicago ball.
The Bulls leading by 9. Chicago calls timeout.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Now here's Noah. Outside Butler. McDermott kicks to Butler. Just 5 on the clock. Shot from 12. The second effort. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
Yeah, they have not let their guard down one bit in the paint. Philadelphia needs to do a better job guarding against Gasol.
He's got 10 rebounds and some big-time point production as well. He is in complete control of this game.
Yeah, it's just going his way, everything falling into place.
The 76ers trail by 12. Carter Williams kicks to Moultrie. Carter Williams, a screen on Butler. Gasol with the steal. One-on-one fast break. Here's Rose. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Rose has got 4 points now in the quarter.
His work at the offensive end has been phenomenal. Maybe reason number one, they're ahead.
Carter Williams kicks to Moultrie. Back to Carter Williams. The feed to Roten. Another miss by Philadelphia.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Noah with a screen for Rose. Noah up on top. Outside Rose. Back to Butler. Shot clock at 6. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Oh, man, they are just putting the hammer down right now.
Defensively and offensively, it has all been working for him today.
Carter Williams, the pass to Moultrie. Carter Williams sets a screen for Moultrie. Richardson dishes to Carter Williams. No good again that time. The Bulls leading by 16. Rose with the ball. Now defended by Carter Williams. Rose kicks to Butler. Gasol setting the pick for Butler. Gasol inside. And that one's good. Gasol's got 16 here in the second half.
An example right there, guys, of how even as their lead grew into a big one, they never started coasting.
That's the truth. I mean, they've been in charge of this game all the way through.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They trail by 18. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Carter Williams. He dishes it to Richardson. Back to Carter Williams. Feeds to Richardson. Here's Roten. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. Carter Williams has got his 9th assist in the game now. Chicago leading by 15.
Well, tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. An impressive win for the Bulls.
And Clark, we got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Well, basket after basket, they were in attack mode all game long.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
Well, what a great way for them to have kicked off this season series. These two teams play twice more, and no question who's going to have the advantage in those games after what happened here tonight.
Yeah, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though, Steve. I mean, the team coming out on the losing end of a game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in games 2 and 3.
Well, guys, tonight they came in here and really dictated the terms of the engagement, which is very difficult to do as the visitors.
You're right. That's not usually the way things work in the NBA. It's a great win, and no question, it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here.
Now here's Rose, following the miss by Arnett Moultrie. Rose attacking. McDermott passes to Rose. Butler kicks to Gasol. 6 on the shot clock. Off target from the baseline.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Here's Embiid. A terrific shot on the turnaround.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Here's Rose. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Derek, tremendous work on the glass tonight. How important is that aspect of the game to this team?
It's huge. That's all Tiff talked about, second rebound. We crash the boards, our bigs are big at it, and when we pass it back out, we usually got the three-pointer, so it's easy basketball.
Derek, thank you so much. Guys, hard to run if you don't rebound the ball.
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan player of the game, Pau Gasol.